have realized that in the last kind of 6 years, maybe a bit longer actually, I've only kind of had long-term relationships with white men.
Okay.
And I've been in therapy for 4 years. I didn't realize, and I'm realizing it now, and it's really hard for me to admit it actually, like out of my mouth, is like I've totally been seeking validation from white men because of my childhood.
Mm-hmm.
And because the only men that made me feel ugly were white men when I was a kid, I almost went the other way. And now I've been like, over the last few years, been finding myself really trying to seek that validation from them. Tell me I'm beautiful, because for 18 years of my life, you told me that I was ugly. And my father's white. So that's also confusing, because my dad is the best. And he loves my mum, my gorgeous, gorgeous mum who is black. So I don't have like, other than those kids, I don't have a bad representation of a white man in my life. I have a brilliant one. So I think I always was like, well, maybe I'm looking for my dad in men.
Mm-hmm.
But now I'm seeing that, no, it's not that at all. I've been trying to like heal that small part of me and that baby version of me. And now it's really funny, because I have been kind of, now that I'm able to admit that and say that and really think about it, I'm realizing actually I've been closing myself off to a whole world of people who maybe I'm going to connect with more because of that. Part of me is like, that's amazing that I'm now seeing that, but I'm also really sad. And now I feel like I'm mourning my like childhood and like all the things that I maybe missed out on because I was so focused, so hyper focused on men seeing me as beautiful, and a specific kind of man seeing me as beautiful. And also I feel like I'm mourning a bit of my 20s, you know?
All right, this lady is a British songwriter and singer and all this type of stuff, and she basically talked about seeking validation from white men. And you got to understand, a lot of racism started right there in the UK. And she had, she said she had a black mom, a white dad. Her dad treated her great, but her thing was she didn't realize till later in life. I think she might be 27. I think she might have been born in 1998 or something like that. So she about 27. She said she didn't really realize until she went to therapy is that, she only had long-term relationships with white men because she was seeking validation because they called her ugly. And what you got to understand, when you're young, a lot of guys that call you ugly as women, or a lot of people that tease the boys and tease the girls, a lot of times is they just find you attractive. That's what it is. They find you attractive. Women that pick on you, guys that pick on you, they really find you attractive. And kids do say some very hurtful things. But what's so funny about it is you got to listen to what women say. She said she only had long-term relationships with white guys. So in between dating those white guys, then what she was doing in those long-term relationships, or in between them, or during them. See, once you really dissect what people be saying, what was she doing? She was sleeping with black people and other guys. She was having flings here and flings there. So there you got to understand that she's a nice looking young lady, and you got to understand that, man. It's to the point where a lot of times y'all be thinking it's y'all. Maybe you be thinking it's you, like something wrong with you as a man, or you not good enough, or she only fetishize this type of guy. A lot of women don't even know why until later on. They know all the answers. When they 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 20 something, going into their 30s, they feel like they know all the answers. And every traumatic experience they've been in, because they didn't allow the man of their family and the women of their family and the people around them to protect them, they wanted to go find out themselves. They got burnt. They got burnt. And I'm glad she found the reason why, and she didn't really know it. And I think another thing played into her father was white, so she was attracted to white guys, so their opinion mattered so much. But women, they are so attracted to toxicity, bro. I remember I was talking to this chick one time, man, and she didn't understand. I had shit going on, so I just stopped talking to her. When I figured what I had going on, I came back. So we started back talking and being cool. She was like, I'm not gonna lie, when you ghosted me and came back, it just did something to me. I loved you even more. I'm like, she said that. She was dead ass serious. You know, what's so funny? She said, oh, don't do it anymore though. But, you know, women to say one thing, but that's really what they want. They attracted to toxic. And when they get older, they say, oh, I just had to find out that really wasn't cute. I didn't know any better. You know right from wrong. What BG say, am I playing with sour? He said it's on me like it's on you to know right from wrong. It might be a power move to run into this nigga home. He said, I ain't killing no kids, but I'm gonna split his wig. You know, he said, like it's all on you, it's all on me to know right from wrong. We know right from wrong. As adults, we know right from wrong. We know the decisions that we make and the consequences that come with it. She knows. She was addicted to the negativity and the toxicity. And so many women, especially in America and around the world, they addicted to the negativity. They're addicted to the drama. They want to fight. One thing I could tell you all about it, leave women like that alone, where they gotta have a feud, they gotta have a drama, they gotta get it fixed. They will drag you down with them. They will drag you with them. They will have you, you know, jumping out of character, doing things that's not in your character. Misery love company. And one of the moves that women like to make is when they wrong, they want you to be wronger, so it can the blame can go on you. So if you catch a woman cheating on you or you catch her stealing from you, right? Remember Mystical, he caught the girl stealing. That's how he went to jail. So, you know, he made her pay. I think him and his homeboy, you know, made her bust down for the team to pay the crime back, right? The money she stole. She went to the police, said they took the cookies out the cookie jar. Now he go to jail. She keep the money. She didn't have to pay it back. She keep the money and now the crime is on him. That's a classic female move. So when I tell y'all, when you go through things with women and you catch them doing something wrong and they try to blame you, don't ask why, don't argue, just walk away. You catch her with another dude in your bed, even if it's the your best friend in the world, your brother, walk away. Because you sit there, you fight him, you hit her, do something like that, then it's on you, not you wrong. Everybody gonna forget what she did wrong. It's on you. They want to shift that blame to a man. And even in this video where you hear her talking about shifting the blame, she wanted to blame her mother, she wanted to blame her father, but he was like, there was nothing good. That's what she was doing. She was blaming them. And the therapist got her to see, you got to understand the game. So once you engage when they wrong and they don't accept accountability, that's fine. Just right then and there, this situation can't be salvaged. It can't be salvaged. You got it. You know, I don't want nothing to do with you. I'm gonna walk away. Guess what? There's so many more girls that look like Mahalia. Most of these women ain't nothing special. And when you do find a woman of substance and something special, you know what I'm saying? You fight to keep that woman. You know what I'm saying? But women like that, like her, they dealing with traumas that they don't even understand. And they finding somebody to blame. And once you try to come in and be the good guy and all that, they're gonna blame you too. They're gonna blame you too. It's gonna be your fault. So it's best when you see stuff like that and hear stuff like keep it moving. Keep it moving. You in the heart of where racism began at. And this is where you seek validation from? Eh. But that's what I be telling y'all, man. I really do. I be telling y'all, man, when you're dealing with these situations with women, you don't like, you know, and that's why people got mad at that Deontay Kyle guy when he talked about you have to be accountable for other men. Like people say, oh no, why should I be accountable? I agree with him, and people got mad because I agree with him. I agree with him from maybe for different reasons and maybe for different wording. I agree with him. When you deal with women, you must tread lightly. You have no idea the trauma that people in general go through. You have no idea. So my thing is, of course, you should approach her like she been done wrong, like she been. But and to agree with the guys in the comment section that was against dog, That's not your fault. But guess what? Now you approaching her. Now you a part of that now. So you have to assume she been traumatized. You have to assume she been through some bullshit, and that's on her. You know, you deal with women and you raise young women, or you try to help young women. I know, I don't need your help. And then I know turn into when they turn 29, 30, 31, 32. Oh, I didn't know better. I wish I would have knew better. We tried to tell you. So when you dealing with women, especially you get in your 30s, you got to understand the trauma that they've been with. And I did a video. Women on this regular channel, women, and not too long ago, not too long after you see this video, or before you see this video, women put themselves in dangerous positions. When you see women get oh he took the cookies out the cookie jar, or they robbed me. Man, I told y'all I had homies that was driving up 8 Mile about shit. That's about to be late 2000s, early 2010s. They driving up 8 Mile and they pick this girl up and she just get in the car. They don't know her. Take her back to the crib. About I don't know how many of them was. They bust her down. They was nice enough to take her back on 8 Mile where they dropped her off at. Dropped her off where they picked her up at. What if they would have tied her up and they weren't those type of dudes? What if they would have tied her up? She got into a car with some guys she didn't even know, and bust down for all of them. So when I tell y'all, a lot of these women, you hear them at the bar. I slept with this guy at the bar. I didn't know him, and they do these things. You have to understand they've been in some crazy situations with me. I remember we used to go to the races on Southwest Detroit. And when my dudes was talking, we met these girls at the club. My dude got kind of serious with one of them. So we pulled up on them. We used to pull up them on Saturdays when we go to the races. And one of the friends was drunk. And they was like, yeah, she just got done doming the guy up at the gas station. She didn't even know him. Once you understand the positions they put themselves in, and then they try to play victim, well, I didn't know this, that, and the third. No, I have no sympathy because you put yourself in that position. Oh, he made me walk home. You put yourself in that position. You come to this man's house at 1, 2 in the morning talking about I don't want to do nothing. I'm on my period. Now you walking 13 miles back home. Why ever come up? You put yourself in that position. So you have to approach these women like they all got trauma, and you got to listen to see what the trauma is. That's what it is. If y'all knew how much childhood trauma, how much women have been used and abused, and even if it's on their own autonomy or it's something out they control. You understand, like, you have to approach this woman like you gotta three things. I always say this in this video when you're dealing with women. It's three things. She has to feel safe. She has to feel safe around you. She has to feel comfortable around you, and she has to feel secure around you, like you could defend her. So those are three objectivities. Once at some point you get past, you're attractive enough to deal with, right? Whatever that may be, if it's your money, your status, your looks, your height, you're attractive. So attractiveness gets through the door. The three things you gotta make a woman feel, like I said, she has to be comfortable with you. She has to be comfortable. Like, okay, I'm comfortable with him. You know what I'm saying? Well, I found a safe haven in him. I feel like I can tell him anything, and he's not gonna tell the world I'm a whore. He's not gonna be judgmental. Safe size. Insecurity. Okay, if I'm out with him, I feel like he can protect me, and I feel like if something happened, I feel secure in that. And once those four things happen, outside of with attraction being one or whatever that attraction is, once the next three things happen, the keys to her body is yours. Once you could make those three, and I think a lot of guys, some guys can make it happen like that. Some guys, it take longer. So you have to understand that them is your three keys once you get in the front door. And this is like part of those three keys too, real quick. And this is why I say you never bring up sex first with a woman. These women today will bring it up first. They will make a sexual advance, a sexual pass at you first. Telling you. But hey, that's all I have to say. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Hit the link in the description, join the Patreon. It's free for 7 days. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel.